Okay, the thinking here is, what is the maximum effect two people can have on a site with just 2 mollies, 2 smokes, and some flashes? And I figure that's got to include mollying these positions here at triple box and dark. And mollying dark in such a way that you're definitely taking away this side of the pillar and most of this stuff. So they can only be just here where they're in the open mostly, or first or second oranges, which aren't really the best spots, especially first, which you can see from water. Or they'd have to push through smokes. Any of those scenarios I'm perfectly okay with. Best way I found to molly triple box is I'm coming here, I'm lining up at the edge of this shadow, like that, and I stand up, and I'm putting the top of my crosshair right at the edge of this faint black smear on the wall. I'm using a style 1, gap of 1, and I don't know how to do it without the crosshair, but with it, I can do it 100% perfect every time. And it'll give me a nice perfect spread like this, about 85% of the time. 10% of the time, I'll leave a spot here, or maybe back here, where someone could be standing and not be on fire. Or 5% of the time, it won't spread anywhere back here. Like, it'll just stop like right about there. But that's definitely the best way I found to do it. But you can definitely never be sure that there's not somebody back there throwing from here or from this position, from these positions where you're not, exposed to the enemy positions. So the best way I found to do it from here is aiming about like that, jump throw. You can throw it like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. It's about all about the same. This is the best way, I think. But it's still just barely better than 50% chance that it's going to be perfect spread. I've done extensive testing on this, and even though it was 2 for 2 there, I'd say the odds are about, let's see, about 55–60% of the time you get a full, perfect spread. 30% of the time you get something like this here. 20% of the time it'd be a little better than that, but I don't know. I've thrown these a bunch, and I think this is probably about the best way to do this one. So obviously that's even though it's not as consistent, it's still pretty good, especially considering how much easier it is to line up and throw. And there's many more nades you can throw from that position. I'm getting pretty lucky there, but it's not usually that consistent. So if you're in the open or smoked off, and you can get over here safely in this cubby corner, you aim up along the side of this wall, aim up until this bit of the chimney here is just at the bottom of your screen, like so, just like that, and jump throw before you hit the wall, and that'll be perfect every time, as long as you don't throw it incorrectly. You could also, once you're up here out in the open, just once you see that roof vent, just throw just slightly above it. And that's perfect every time. And up, this is getting silly, but yeah, up here you can aim about there. Stand, jump throw. Perfect every time. Same thing from up here if you happen to be up here. In between here and here. About there. Stay crouched, jump throw. And jump throwing while crouched, your head doesn't really pop up above that. Okay, enough of the new box molly. Here's the dark molly, or this is the first way I would throw it. Between these bars here, I see a slightly lighter colored section of the wall. I aim about the bottom middle of that, maybe slightly offset to the right, just to be safe. And I'm not aiming there with my crosshair. I'm aiming there with the point of my thumb, like that, right there. This is desktop Viewmodel 1080p 16:9. So if your settings are different, it'd probably be different for you, but that's how it works for me. And that's nice and easy. You can also throw it from up here, tucked on this side of the wood. And just aim to the right of this bit of the tree here. Step forward a little bit and throw. And that'll be perfect. It'll always get to that corner every time. It's not always as perfect up to the pillar here as you'd like, but it's good enough. You can also do that just with a standing throw. Aim it about there, jump throw. No lower than that, otherwise you'll hit this roof right here. And that'll always spread to the corner there and usually be pretty good. Okay, let's talk NADE sets. So this guy, if he's mollying triple box, he can also, what else can he do for me? He can smoke CT, aim it about there while crouched, jump throw. Do our molly, aim about there, stand, jump throw for that flash in the rooftop, which is like a one-way for our guys. This is about what you can, that's not even bad. That's about what you can expect. A lot of times it won't come all the way to here. And so this flash won't be all that useful for this guy. Now if you throw that smoke just like that, it will support a molly on top of the flower pot boost, which it will allow a molly to burn all the way to the edge here if you throw it right, so that you can be sure nobody's up there. You can, if you're not concerned about that, just aim there and jump throw standing. And this one will not allow a molly up there, I don't think. At least not up the whole way. Well, maybe it will. Either way. Okay, so yeah, did I go through this NADE set here? It would be that. Now if you want to throw it from here, you can also throw that CT smoke and that same flash, aiming about here and then up a little bit. Jump throw. Maybe about the same as that thing. And you can smoke CT a couple different ways. Aiming to the right of this bit right here, like that. Something like that. And jump throw. This will give you that same kind of smoke that you can molly the boost with. If that's not something you're concerned with, you can throw a smoke that's slightly more difficult to push through, I think. By aiming right about here. I think it's about there. So let's do that set there. And then go to work. Oh, so there you go. Like 10% of the time it'll look like that. Or that might even be one of those really low percentage throws right there. Alright, so this guy who's throwing the dark molly, he can also smoke coffins and CT actually. You can just CT, just do something like that while crouched. And coffins, just aiming about here, stand, jump throw. I'm going to do that molly for dark. And I'll throw a couple flashes. And that smoke is always going to, as long as you don't aim any lower, it's always going to block this guy from seeing anything when he's up on the coffins. And these flashes are pretty good for our guys, as you can see. The way to throw those flashes, I'm aiming just above the corner of this rafter, about like that, no higher. And about like that for the other one. And then I jump up onto the barrel, jump throw, without moving my aim. After aim, jump up, jump throw. That's surprisingly easy. I mean, it's almost as easy as it is effective. These can be really effective, obviously. Again, they don't flash out this spot, so if you don't have perfect spread, you can expect that guy to be trouble. And you could throw something like that right there, I think. That will take care of this guy. And also hit this guy on this side. And get this guy if he's looking around the corner, not if he's just like this here. Oh, and so let's see, what can we do stuff from up here too. we can smoke coffins. I'm aiming at about the center of this darker bit on the soffit or eaves, whatever you call this part. Actually, you can also throw CT smoke a couple different ways from here. And I'm crouched, jump throw. Get that funny bounce off the roof. And that's that same smoke that, you know, shows them nothing. That smoke for CT obviously will not allow a molly up on the boost. If you did want that, I'm crouched, aiming right at this dark spot here, and then down 2 shingles. 1, 2, right about there. And then just throw. And then this one, you can put a molly up there and that'll work. Again, if you're smoked off, what can you do? You can smoke CT from here, aiming about there. Jump throw, and then you can do your new box molly. You know what? What's stopping you from just running back over here and doing that? One of these or 2 of these? And that smoke, same smoke. Actually, you can also smoke CT from here as well, from this corner. If you want to do that, aiming about there somewheres. And then do that again. I just love doing this one. This one's fun. I think that's probably about it. Like I said, this is the best way to do it from safety. I think it's worth practicing. I've tried every other way. If someone's got a better way, I would love to hear it. Ultimately, I'd love to have a throw that you can throw from safety and be 100% sure that nobody could be back here. You know, when you come around that corner, you don't have to worry about them. That's just one more position you don't have to worry about. All right, that's enough.